No, let me land. And then I will tell you. You said somebody declared for APC yesterday, the Chamber of Ahmad. Why not? During the last area council, I was assigned AMAC as governor of Rivers State. I funded it. I led how we won AMAC. The AMAC was given to Rivers State. You, Rivers State, we want to win AMAC. You should fund it. They gave other states, other area councils. Some could not deliver. Right? That is commitment. Now, the governor came, the chairman came to me, and he said, I want to run. I said, you are running where? He said, under PDP. I said, which PDP? Who will sign to INEC that you are the candidate? Who will sign? You have a problem. And this is what I've been preaching. Can't you make sacrifice? Allow the National Secretary to complete his term, so you don't run into this kind of crisis. With the way it is now, you cannot. Therefore, if you really want to play politics, you want to help yourself, you go and find an alternative. I don't know where you will go to, but I know there will be crisis that who will submit your name, that litigation will be there. And you should be careful. As a young man I helped, it is within me to advise him, and it is within his choice to say, oh, I've thought about this. Truly, this will be a problem for me. And then what I'm telling the governor, avoid this. Avoid this.
So clearly you're going to give them problems, aren't you?
I'm not giving problems. You are creating problem. And I said, don't create problem.
No, you said it happened previously. Nobody raised an issue with it. Meaning that you will raise an issue with this one.
Oh, no. Somebody like me now to come and trample upon my right. No, you don't do that.
Your Excellency.
I'm a minister of FCTO.
Your Excellency.
I'm not just any minister.
Your Excellency.
I'm a minister of FCT. And you must understand that. There's nothing any governor can do. I cannot do as a minister of FCT. Nothing. Nothing.
You have painted a very
as the 37th governor
of the
I'm not 37, but I have that capacity.
Your Excellency, you have painted a very bleak picture of the situation in the PDP. Do we say that as of today, the PDP is not ready for the 2027 general election?
They are not ready. It's very obvious. You see, I have told you, look, I have an examination. I'm going to class to read. Indeed, am I reading? Am I studying? Yeah, you don't need to deceive anybody that you're not reading. You're only trying to let people know that you have carried their bag to class. So I'm seeing my colleagues in the going to prep. Let me go out. You reach there. You are doing nothing. Then you say, but I want to study now. You know yourself. So people cannot say for sure. And I have said, it's not a question of whether you like me. It's not about whether you like. You don't, like I've said this. You don't need to like me. What I'm saying, is it correct? What I'm saying, is it what will help the party? All this struggle, power struggle, cannot help us.
A lot of people say since you lost that primary election and you were not nominated as a vice presidential candidate, that you've been beaten.
Oh,
and
gentlemen,
everything you've done is to pull the people's party down.
Hold on. Listen. You took a decision that suits you. I took a decision that suits me. You suffer for your decision. I'm enjoying the decision I took. So that's why I said, when you continue to have this, it's a problem. Am I the one now who's saying that you will not obey the Supreme Court judgment?
Your Excellency.
That said, look, you that want to cut to so this man, you see, when people take advantage, the National Secretary went to run for governorship. The party constitution did not say you should resign. It's a lacuna. The man capitalized on that. Went and came back and said, I'm still National Secretary. There's nowhere it says I should resign. Yes, you are talking about morality. Should you have gone without resigning? What's the business? It's power.
Well, I know you're not the AP. You are not an
Everybody
APC
takes
member.
advantage. Why would you want to blame him?
Minister,
you correct that your constitutional lacuna.
Yes. Will you deliver the PDP to the president, to President Tinubu in 2027?
Why?
Well, I know you are not an APC member, but will you deliver?
Who is Tinubu other than me? Why are you asking me that kind of?
Because you are still a member of the
you know
opposition.
why? You know why you shouldn't ask me that question. In 2023, I stood firm that I was not going to support the PDP presidential candidate. See, about leadership, let me tell you. As of 2023, APC was down. The Bukola administration was not doing well. Nigerians were tired. Now you had another problem. Issue of Muslim ticket, which would have compounded the issue. Difficult. I thought that citizen. A decision has to be taken. Which way do you go? What do you stand? I want power rotation. I could not have imagined that after 8 years of Buhari, that the same 80 will go back to. I said no. It's not about whether you are choosing to be VP or not choosing to be VP. It's about principle.
You lobbied.
It's about principle.
Did you lobby to be?
Lobby to who? Now, I never lobbied. You saw the result. I never lobbied. Ask anybody. Now, to take that decision was difficult. But the decision has to be taken. And I looked at it. Atiku was not an option. So it's a no-go area.
When did he stop being an option? Wasn't it after he dropped you as
He
vice
never dropped me
president?
to say he dropped
When
me.
he did not pick you as vice president?
No. In fact, let me tell you, from day one, I told my people, they came. I said, one thing you must know, Atiku does not keep to his words. I can tell you authoritatively what happened in 2019. Atiku, Saraki, and Secondus came to see me that I was going to nominate Attorney General and the Minister of Petroleum. Saraki is alive. Now, when we lost the election, the man who is supposed to bring the Attorney General did not know when the legal team was constituted. And I laughed. I watched your television. I now called Saraki. People are considered legal team. And he said I was going to bring the Attorney General. This is the Oshelo. Now, the point I'm making, people don't care. You see, when you see people, I know from day one that Atiku will never keep to his word. And I have never banked on that. I will not take his word to the bank. I will not do it. And so it was very clear. I made the right decision. And I stand by that decision. And you cannot see me now, having taken that decision in 2023, to now say, oh, I will support you for president. How? Tell me how.
Your Excellency, we know this and it's in the public space in the history of your party. But we want to look at what will happen in the immediate future. We know where you are, where you stand as far as the presidential elections are concerned. But will you be willing to support your party in every other position as far as 2027 is concerned? Looking at your,
like which position? Like, take for example,
senators, House of Rep, governors.
It depends. Take for example, let me just say, you know me clearly. I don't play this way. If the PDP does not keep their house in order as far as it's concerned, I'm not going to support them in the area council election. Yes.
Will you support the APC?
I don't know about APC or any party. All I'm saying, if PDP goes the way they are going, I will not.
And you're a serving minister in an APC-led federal government, and you won't support the APC in the FCT elections?
That is not what I'm talking about. I said no what I'm talking. What I'm trying to tell you If PDP is going the way they are going, I will not support them. And anybody knows me. I don't play hide and seek. I called my friend, the governor of Adamawa. I said, look, the way people are going, with this your so-called power, I will wrestle with you people here in this FC2.
Yeah. So what
Let I prepare yourself.
Isn't that anti-party? Wouldn't you be disciplined by the PDP?
Who is one that is not the anti-party now?
So what we saw yesterday was WIKE's house.
No, you see,
the
you don't like people don't like
the campaign to the APC.
You don't like the truth.
I just asked her.
I have told you, look at what you are doing is wrong. And the young man came to me and said, who will write to INEC that you are the candidate? There's a problem there. And you don't seem to, you seem to ignore this. And it will hurt you. Therefore, go and look for a way. I don't know where you will go to. But if you are depending on this crisis will consume this party. And I can tell you, it will.
So the man,
the right thing
heeded your advice.
See, look, I can tell you, I have never gone to any governor, whether you're a PDP, whether you're a APC, whether you're Labour Party, I have never said, look, I'm recommending this to you. I have never done it. That does not mean I did not play a role. I played a lot of roles, from most of them. Like somebody like the governor of Bayelsa. I played role fundamentally. Yes. He cannot deny.
But it seems today, you and the governor of Bayelsa, there's no...
It's not the characters. This is what I tell people. See, let me tell you, it's so unfortunate. And this kind of leadership we have. Okay, let me tell you. During the first tenure of Governor Dini, I did not support Governor Dini for primaries. I didn't know him. I supported Timi Alaive because the National Party chairman then, came to me that look, Timi Alaive is one who would like me to win this election. I supported him. And I have no apologies to anybody. And after the primaries, Asunopra brought Diri to my house, government house in Port Harcourt. And I said, look, the primaries are over. I'm going to give you a support. When I gave the support, remember, Diri was not the one who won. David Lion was one that was announced.
David Lion.
So people may have forgotten. Baron Piggy, Senator Baron Piggy. So I remember I was doing his Thanksgiving in Thai, local government in Ogoni land. Apostle Zile Agri was the one who came to preach that day in church. Apostle Zile Agri stood up and said, "Diri come. Mr. Governor, I'm handing over Diri to you." In the church. This governor of Bayelsa, I'm talking about that. During the second tenure, I was not to support him. The governor of Adamawa State, Sintri, came to me. The Minister of Petroleum, Saraki, came to me. In fact, he brought Diri in West Carton Hotel, where I was staying then. Diri, as a governor, not to that, I said, you can't do this as a governor. You cannot do this. Stand up. I will support you. I will support him. Today, I saw him talking in the prayer, Wadada. No one individual, but he cannot pronounce the person. He doesn't have the courage.
Yeah. But in between, they had also released a video showing you soliciting his own help For your presidential ambition as a candidate,
to
emerge as candidate of the PDP.
No, please.
Okay, so put a contest to that video.
He's a delegate.
Yeah.
I need every delegate to support me.
So that
I need to go and vote delegates. I'm not a voter in Bayelsa.
Okay.
I'm not a voter in Bayelsa. So he doesn't need me if I'm not important. But as a delegate, I needed his vote. I went, but I didn't kneel down.
But you haven't said that.
I didn't kneel down. But he wanted, look, let me tell you, there are some people that are not, look, I can't stand it. I can't stand it. Let me tell you. Why, you see why I like the governor of Akwa Ibom? Why I like the governor of Delta?
Because they are coming to APC.
No. They didn't say they're going to APC. What they said, look, in principle, look, I have to support this man for a second term. It's not about going to APC. I didn't go to APC when I supported the president. I don't need to be there if I support the president. No. But they said, look, this man is putting his best. We're going to support him. Now, these other people, they'll go back. Then they'll come in front. They'll do the thing. I remember when Supreme Court was to give judgment of Mr. President, I was in Supreme Court. Before we came back, some of these governor people were already in the villa. I mean, there are things you can't stand. There are things you cannot stand. What kind of life is this? If you want to support Mr. President, for Christ's sake, support Mr. President.
And say it out.
Why would you be played? Do you know what it is that you're a governor? What are you afraid of? Whom are you afraid of? You play here. I have said this, and somebody told me last night. My friend and them was saying, I shouldn't talk about social person. I would have mentioned his name now. I would have mentioned his name. He said, he said, today I see people criticizing Tinubu. But they have not gone to say, look, I applied to Tinubu. I did a financial assistance. He approved. He gave me. Under Obasanjo, could he have done that? Under Obasanjo, could he have done that? You see, I never, as a sitting governor, applied to Buhari for any financial assistance. I never did that. I never did it.
Some may say you are because of
you're from an oil-rich state.
Your state,
and it's not
the wealth of
governor. Not every governor is privileged to come from River State.
Dangote today, he doesn't look for money again because he's rich. Where this man? What is that man? Samad.
Abdul Samad.
He doesn't look for money because I have 10 billion naira as a state. Therefore, I will not look for another 5 billion to add. That doesn't make sense. The point is that have credibility. Be a man of character. Today you know what I can do. And you know what I cannot do. You will go home and sleep and say, no, we will not do that. And that's what they call, like I said, it's not what I call popularity show. I am this. In our city, everybody knows, look, he won't tolerate this. I don't come and play this and play that. I won't do that. Yes.
Honorable Minister, let me quickly change gears now to River State.
Yeah.
No, before that, I think we still have to have some questions, like I have now. Yeah. Let me take the Honorable Minister back to the issue of the position of the PDP Governors Forum.
Yes.
And to see whether the desperate measures that the PDP governors are trying to resort to are not justified under the circumstances.
The word desperation is not even a good word. Desperation means
yes,
it's a good word.
That's why you should allow me to paint the picture.
Yes.
At least I have counted almost 7 or 8 of the PDP governors who are in their first term and they will want to go for second term.
Yes.
And they have a party that is so directionless.
Yes.
You can't account for the whereabouts of the national chairman.
Yes.
The secretariat is in the hands of so many disputants, at least two. Samaya is claiming
no,
to
it's not disputant. No, don't use the Supreme Court has given him judgment. Why would it be disputant?
There's Ude, there's
No,
Ude Okoye,
it's not correct.
and then there's the deputy secretary that the governors are supporting now.
Yes.
So, in the light of all of this, no party, national working committee, party ESCO to back them and all of that. These measures,
yes,
are they avoidable?
That's what I was telling you. Sam's tenure will end in December. Why do you want to create crisis? That's why, again, if you look at what Atiku's group are saying, they are accusing the PDP governors that are they really not the ones killing this party. Coming from that angle, I didn't give it a serious thought. But again, I sat back. I said, could they be doing what they are doing if they really love this party at this critical point in time?